The other day I was scrolling through YouTube looking for something to listen to on the way to work. I stumbled across Big Gamer 64 playing a game called Mucorales.
Thanks, Google.
And after finishing watching that video, I decided to buy the game and play it. And that led to me buying another 3 of the developer, LuN's games. They were mostly everything I love in creepy, unsettling games, and today I want to talk about them all. I'm a big advocate for supporting indie developers, and I definitely do not regret the decision on this occasion. I'll first address all 4 games as there are similarities between them. All games are unique, and the art style is so interesting, cute in some ways and horrific in others. This is what I like to call cozy cute gaming. Games I consider to be in this category include Graveyard Keeper and Cult of Lamb. As well as this, the soundtracks fit perfectly with each zone of each game. To add, all were impressively made in RPG Maker. One big props I have to give is the developer Discloses AI. AI was used in Morvyn Gutter for some textures and musical composition. I really don't mind indie devs using AI, and it's appreciated when they're transparent with its use in the content. As well as this, jump scares aren't particularly used, which I can appreciate. Jump scares in horror games can be effective, but far more than not, they become annoying rather than scary. Lastly, all deal with serious and heavy topics, and whilst I won't be going into these to avoid spoilers, if these themes are not for you, I'd skip these games. I'll be conducting my reviews for the individual games in the order I played them. Mucorales was LuN's second game, released 19th of March 2024. It aims to adapt the fairy tale of Little Red Riding Hood in the most gruesome way possible. You are tasked as the girl herself to venture into the woods and collect mushrooms for your seemingly sweet, ailing grandmother so she can make a tasty stew. As the days pass, depending on your choices, things can become more or less disturbing, almost making existing areas into brand new ones. There are 3 possible endings to obtain. It's a fairly short and sweet game, as I obtained all endings in 40 minutes. But for £1.69, I really can't argue with it. It's a solid 4 out of 5. I'd like to see more endings, but for the quality of visuals and sound and its low price point, it's more than a solid game. Then went on to play LuN's third game, Morvyn Gutter, released the 13th of September 2024. I cannot praise this game enough. You guide the main character down into the town's local gutter system with your best friend and 3 others to investigate the urban legend of the Gutter Gator. Unfortunately, an accident splits the group up, and you have to find your companions, or what happened to them. The ultimate goal is to escape to the surface. I loved revisiting a party setup with character levels, items, and upgrades in a horror game. You recruit new members as you go, and encounter different types of enemies as you reach further areas of the game, and the designs are so creepy, and honestly at points I was scared of them. There are areas to explore, puzzles to solve, and bosses to defeat. There is one particular boss party that accounts for the use of AI music and was actually so good, it was a certified banger. Morvyn Gutter even has side quests you can complete in addition to the main one. The ending, while I won't spoil it, was most unlikely. It was touching and thought-provoking, and I was actually moved. My one critique is the frequency of combat. It utilises a Pokemon-style combat commencement wherein you walk for a certain amount of time and you'll encounter a mob, and the frequency was a bit much at times. I didn't mind not having a map as some reviewers have suggested, but having mobs pop up at a time literally a second or 2 after you've just defeated one came a bit tedious when trying to explore areas. You can escape battles with a chance of leaving, but constantly either having to fight or run was a little tiresome at times. Regardless, for £4.99, it was an excellent experience. 5 out of 5. The next one, I have to confess, I refunded. Shita was LuN's first, 3rd of March 2024, game. You play as a girl who is locked in an apartment and can only explore in her dreams. While I did like the very different environments that were creative and fresh, I didn't get along with it. The zones were large with very little to engage with, and I felt at times I was in a walking simulator. I appreciate that it is primarily an exploration game where you need to travel a lot to find items and solve puzzles, yet I wanted something more to motivate me to continue to play because it would feel like I was going around and around not finding anything. Unlike the other titles, it's priced at a low point of £4.29. The game itself has a positive reception. I perhaps at the time was not in the mood to explore as much as I needed to, or needed more stimulation from it. 2 out of 5. Lastly, I played Esca, the most recent, released 6th of December 2024. You are an underwater repair robot whose function is to maintain a research base by scavenging for scraps and repairing damaged equipment. You're able to uncover secrets in your own past. There are multiple endings, and as of recording, I've unlocked 2. I liked having these little daily tasks to attend to and seeing what changed around the base if I succeeded or failed in them, experimenting with what I could interact with and how that impacted my playthrough. It gives me very Wall-E vibes with its presentation. I haven't yet reached a point wherein I was outright creeped out like the previous 2 titles I enjoyed, however this is likely a case of me giving the game more time. I am interested to continue playing Esca and finding out more about its secrets, and yet again for £1.69 it's an excellent deal. 4 out of 5. LuN is going to be releasing their 5th game, Cryphora, on the 30th of April 2025. The synopsis is: a remote mountain cabin, a raging snowstorm, and a line between reality and madness begins to blur. Make difficult choices, explore surreal worlds, and confront what waits in the dark. As I'm mostly impressed by their previous releases, I definitely will be getting this game. Overall, LuN's work is very impressive for 5 games within the span of about a year. Using only RPG Maker, they've managed to create different worlds that are so vastly contrast with each other. Locked in your apartment, only able to explore through your dreams. Foraging for mushrooms in a wood for your ailing grandmother. Delving down into a gutter to find your friends and meeting monstrosities along the way. Being at the very bed of the sea, deep down, having to retrieve scraps and repair your station. The premise for all of these are intriguing, and for the ones that I enjoyed very much. There's so much to these games, secrets and stories. I hope they do really well in the future, and I hope you're willing to check out some of their games as well. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.